actually done?
Is it done?
Oh, here, hang on. Wait. Good morning, everybody.
But finally, my dream has come true, and Bolon has disappeared from my life.
I am Crystalvale. You know how hard it was to find a green shirt? Thankfully, DFK.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I own a green shirt. Literally, that's it. It's a DFK shirt.
Your head's out of frame a little bit.
That's fine.
What up?
Nobody wants to see my receding hairline anyway. Calm down. I intentionally didn't wear a hat today.
I have a hat, but it's over there.
Nope. They're going to look at my receding hairline in all of its glory.
Are you now concerned about your receding hairline?
I'm not, because I don't have a receding hairline. I just have a big forehead. There's a difference. Like, I have to have a big forehead to offset the big nose. I don't know. Like,
hey guys, by the way,
oh, now my shirt looks black. That's cool.
I have finally figured out the Wi-Fi here, so we both have our computers up, and I'll be trying to pay attention to Discord while we're also paying attention to YouTube. I'm in the voiceless chat, so let me know.
What's up, folks? How are y'all doing? We're muted on Discord. Unmute Discord. My bad. There we go. Now you can hear our voice twice with a bit of a delay. What's up, Sam? It ain't even morning for you. You want to pop up here?
No, he just wants to leave us alone.
Oh, no, there he is.
Hello.
Sam.
I totally didn't intend on joining, but I'm ready for a party. Let's go.
Hey.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, what's better than a bit of peer pressure?
Nobody ever intends to talk to us. It just happens anyway.
We're just the loudest people in most rooms.
Have you guys pretty much just woken up, gotten ready for the party?
Yeah. No, I managed to catch like a little bit less than 4 hours of sleep again last night.
Ouch.
By the way, I had over 300 Discord notifications last night. I tried to get back to everybody, but if I missed you, sorry, and
We'll get around to
hit me
it.
back up again because I don't have any more notifications. But I did. Let me get centered. Sorry, I did try to get back to everybody. So if I failed, sorry. But yeah, so sounds like everything is working really well. Bridge is looking good. Everything's seems to be caught up, and the transactions are moving now. So we're
17
looking
hours
good there.
to bridge, but we're there. That's the point,
Hey.
guys. Is we're there.
So, real quick, just like a very basic layman's terms recap of what happened, which I know there have been a couple announcements kind of explaining it probably better than what I can do anyway. But essentially, to prevent spam, there was a block on a single address doing more than one transaction per block. But when everybody is bridging, the bridge counts as a single address essentially because it's going through the bridge. So everybody got hit by that block, which is what caused that backlog. We got that fixed. Transaction speed started picking up, and then we were processing, I don't even know how many transactions per block, but a lot. And yes, major spike shortly after midnight EDT. Just massive shout out, obviously Mr. Fawn, because he's incredible in everything that he does, but also a major shout out to both Ava Labs and Synapse. They were so incredibly responsive and like working with us the entire time to figure out what was going on, help us get it fixed. Like it was. Oh, did I already say incredible? Dang it. But
We're getting it started early.
we are, yep. But no, massive shout out to both Ava Labs and Synapse. They just were so on point and just responsive and with us and ready to assist, which we couldn't have done the fixes that we did without the two of them there to help us. So could not appreciate that more. Peaky Blinders is definitely better than Downton Abbey. Peaky Blinders is great. I'm waiting for the movie at this point, I guess. But it's a great show.
Never seen it.
You're missing
Well,
out.
I'm enjoying it. It's just a bit too complicated for my simple brain. There are too many kind of political subplots that I totally don't follow along. But
I just watch
Downton's
it
a
for
lot
the
more
violence. It's fine.
easy watching. Yeah, yeah, that's one reason for sure.
It is actually like as the show goes on, it gets like so much more like in depth than in the early seasons, which is pretty cool.
Does.
Actually, it really develops. I can't understand what anyone is saying in Peaky Blinders. That's what subtitles are for. Because
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
I watch
Because
everything with subtitles.
yeah, and obviously I'm British and the show is British, but they've still
You're
got
British?
a strong accent. I am actually. I am.
Oh my
funnily
gosh, I
enough.
never noticed.
But I need to put on the subtitles as well because it's hard to follow, and I need to know what they're saying in the words. And even with the words, I still don't have a clue what's going on. But it's still a good show.
It really is. But no, I watch everything with subtitles. I'm too deaf. Like, I can't hear it. But also, a show really good that's worth watching, but you need subtitles for, is Money Heist. It was a Spanish show that got canceled after a couple seasons. Netflix picked it up, and it became like the most watched international show on Netflix. And so then Netflix picked it back up, made a few more seasons, but it's really good. Very, very good show. Do you watch non-British shows, Sam?
Ooh, I'm trying to think what stuff I've been watching recently. What have I been watching? I do indeed watch non-British shows for sure. It's just escaping my mind. We've been working through a bunch of things. Recently, it's been primarily British stuff, but a while ago we watched Squid Game, of course, very popular. I enjoy a lot of Marvel and Star Wars shows. Mandalorian's epic.
Nice.
I haven't managed to start Moon Knight yet, with quite a lot of busyness surrounding DFK, but I'm excited to start Moon Knight. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not just confined to the British Isles.
Am I the only person that just watches the same 6 shows on repeat?
Yes. I still haven't seen Squid Game. Oh, Krasie knows it. Casa de Papel. Yes. We were in Barcelona, and I kept talking about just robbing the Spanish Mint, but I got everybody to get bloater tattoos. I couldn't get them to rob the Spanish Mint.
It's in Madrid.
I know, but it was a short train right away.
Arcane was
I know.
absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah. Arcane was inconceivable. It was absurd.
I tried, y'all. By the way, somebody in here, they were talking about your sleep deprivation, and they said it's not measured visually, but how many times he snaps at Risen. Sounds like...
I mean, in fairness, I snap at Risen whether I sleep or not. Like, it's just something about dealing with him that just, makes people angry.
No, most people don't get angry.
That is false. And we both know it. So anyway, we are here. We did visit La Sagrada Familia, and I don't know why y'all keep making me butcher these names. Like, I feel bad, but crypto means that I snap on Risen in my sleep.
That sounds different the way you said it.
But we definitely did visit La Sagrada Familia. It was really cool. It was absolutely beautiful. So that was exciting. We don't seem to have an emission countdown timer, but we're going to fix that right now because we should have one.
Snap to it.
And, but... Yeah, no. So, I mean, that's why we're here this morning, is we're going to be streaming through the emissions starting, which is in 36 minutes. Pretty excited for that. I think that a lot of us are. All of us are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. But emissions starting is a pretty cool thing. Obviously, it's the whole incentive of moving over early. And I think that Is it true the middle fire changes color? I guess you'll have to wait and find out. Bolon's still looking stoned. I know, but I'm not.
That's just his face.
It really is.
He's very sensitive about it. You shouldn't tease him.
Thank you. We will probably not show Joule balances in Crystalvale because as a general rule, like you'll really only be using Joule there for gas, so it would be like 1 on Harmony, where we don't show it because it's not part of kind of that profile, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I was curious, are we going to add a widget
Oh, we're definitely going to have...
Discord?
I think I'm just going to get the fantastic Guido to add it to Kessing and just have it as part of the scroll. So we'll have Joule price, Crystal price.
Yeah, but then there's... Okay.
Those are item prices.
I know, but...
Maybe we'll just have... maybe he can do like a second line. So Joule does its scroll and Crystal does its scroll, but like simultaneously one on top of the other. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to do things.
I just think that'd be cool.
I mean, no. We're definitely
You could have Kessing, and then you could have Wessing. You could have 2 different ones.
There you go. Kessing and Wessing.
Kessing and Wessing, the brothers of time.
the bartender brothers. The tavern's gotten so busy, Kessing needed help, so he called his brother, and Wessing came. Bolon isn't stoned. He's at that point of sleep deprivation where you aren't sure what's real and what's not. That is pretty much the description of my life. Doo Crypto Brain, yes, you are correct. You are correct. But yeah, so massive shout out to Ava Labs and Synapse for helping get everything fixed and up and running properly. We are in such a good shape when it comes to DFKChain, like processing wise on chain, which is just incredible to see how like low the load is that we're prepared to handle. But I had a point.
You never do.
That's fair. Oh, no, that wasn't it. I don't remember. Anyway, emissions are starting soon. Oh, trust me, it's right here. This is my morning nectar.
It hurts me listening to you drink that.
Good. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So also, major shout out back to Mr. Fawn, but also to Magnus and Fox himself, as well as like Beetle Dude and Typical, for figuring out kind of a workaround, so to speak, to buy us enough time for everybody to get bridged over, to still be able to participate in the initial emissions and not miss out, because that was the whole point here. And so massive shout out to them for coming up with a solution and making it work and figuring out how to get it done. Is Risen having a Britney moment? The best thing that could happen to Risen is for somebody to have conservatorship over him.
What does that even mean?
That they control your money and your life.
I mean...
So basically Dragon Tea.
I would trust DT. She would give me an allowance and let me buy the things I want to buy, but also not let me do stupid things. She would. I will tell you though, if you guys push for that, she'd probably make me stop spending and burning so much in Gen Chat.
I'm Bolon. That's Risen. Don't. No, we're no.
Ouch.
That upsets both of us.
Yeah. Like, we both simultaneously think that we're embarrassed to be assumed to be the other one.
Yes. Because we are. We just also disagree on which one of us it would be worse to be. Is there a move I should do before this 30 minutes? Are there rewards? Well, if you haven't bridged, you should bridge.
If
you
have
have
financial
bridged,
advice, but
right,
know,
well,
if that's what you decide to do.
If you're trying to take part in the emission rewards, you'll need to bridge. But beyond that, once you've staked in the Crystalvale Garden, or Ice Garden, you are pretty much good to go right now. Power of Attorney on the way. No, we are not brothers. No.
We are not related in any way.
No. And if we were, I would be very sad.
Except our souls are forever entwined.
Don't make it worse. Dreamer's here. Hey, Dreamer.
Hey, Dreamer. You just joined while it was getting weird.
Was it not before?
Yeah, I feel like I should drop off and like wait for a better segue than our souls are entwined. Hi, Dreamer.
Nope. That's when we bring Dreamer in.
Yeah, you've been a big proponent of having both of us be in the public eye, so you have to accept this.
Yeah, so exciting. Sorry, I'm chewing right now. I have been up for a long time. I think we got a lot worked through. I think you already gave big props to a lot of people on our team. Just to expand on the props, Synapse working really closely with us. People at Ava Labs being incredible in our partnership. Like people up in the middle of the night answering questions, brainstorming, just pretty much all around. Like, I think. Sorry, I'm like chewing. I think when things launch and we do something and it goes like perfectly smoothly, that's pretty cool. Everybody's like, oh, that's great. But you don't really realize what could have happened. But when you start and nothing really like broke for an extended period of time, like in the announcement, if you want to go check it out for those who haven't read it, kind of walk through the drivers of the delays to be very transparent. And the closest thing that like underperformed was the RPCs just getting hit really hard early on and then recovering rather quickly, but then with the backlog being limited by the actual code, like just the EVM compatible standard code that's like anti-spotting code or spamming code, limiting to one transaction per block essentially. So almost like one transaction per second, even if there's nothing else in the block. So like, we're saying a lot of things are coded out, can't change anything, can't move rewards. And when everything was happening, a number of minds came together across those three teams and came out with a couple really awesome solutions. And here we are. I think 100% of the backlog is dealt with. I looked at the numbers, about 1,400 people that bridged to eChain on accident. So if you're one of those people, you're like, man, that was silly of me. You're not alone. I think that was another thing in the UI. There was a default to Avalanche keychain that was suboptimal. I believe that was fixed pretty quickly as well. So what I'm trying to get at is I don't think that this is I saw somebody say on Twitter, like, successful launch. No, look at what's happening with bridging. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about everything that went great. We launched a new blockchain at our outpost. We have fiat on-ramp, we have in-game bridging, you don't leave DeFi kingdoms, and is it really an unsuccessful bridging effort? No. If you look at some of these tweets that come out and you see the volumes relative to all-time bridging activity on Synapse and others, like, this wasn't a small little thing that we got bogged down on. This is like record-breaking on many levels, and the thing I've been building up to is the celebration here is how the team kept a level head, how the community expressed concerns but did not spiral, how nobody panic sold. We identified issues. We put our heads together with other professionals in the space. We found really good solutions, implemented them, and man, here we are. And I'm sure we're going to hit other bumps in the road, but the takeaway here is if we would have launched and it gone smoothly, nobody would have realized the skill sets in our teams and the network of partners that we have. This has been a great way to launch. If anything, to add confidence in the overall team, our ability to say, look, there's nobody that's going to be perfect out there. I actually fear the team that appears perfect, that has never been battle tested, because what's going to happen, X months or years in when something goes wrong? Can they deal with it? And we hit a lot of things that maybe we didn't fully expect, but we found solutions for. We worked through them, and we're fully transparent to the community. So I'm really happy about how launch has gone. I think I'm sticking to that narrative. I think if people reach out, yeah, there are things that maybe we could have done better here and there, but a lot of them, it would have been hard to know to launch a chain and an expansion all at once. And I'm super proud of our team. I'm really grateful for our partners, and I'm happy that, as far as I can tell, we've looked out for everybody we could in the community.
No, I fully agree, and yeah, I think it was Beetle Dude who, just like within minutes, changed up the UI to default to DFKChain instead of CChain, which, you know, is just, again, simplifies, right? It just makes it easier. No reason for everybody to be switching that setting when that's what 99% of our users are doing. If you are one of the people who bridged to CChain by accident, you will need a little bit of a Vox to bridge to DFKChain. If you are in that boat and you're still on CChain, reach out to us in Discord. Like, let us know. I can start dropping some. Like, I have some Vox. I can start dropping it to some of the mods so that they can send it out to people who need it. Whatever we need to get done, it's not a big deal. We can get you enough Vox to get over to DFKChain. Like, it's all good. So please reach out if you are in that situation, because we can handle that easily. So far, everybody that I've seen that did it actually like had some Vox, so they were able to bridge back out. But if not, please let us know, and we can help you get that taken care of. It's not a big deal.
Well, so we actually thought of that. Synapse, I don't know if people noticed, when you bridge into DFKChain and you move like some X Joule, and you didn't have any Joule, you'll notice there's like 0.1 or something, 0.01, 0.1 Joule in there. That's Synapse dropping you some free gas, so that if you didn't have any Joule over there and you only moved X Joule, you could do something with it. And then if you move some Joule over to CChain on accident, you didn't have a Vox, you'll see, I think there's like 0.2 or something a Vox. I don't actually remember.
Oh, okay.
But I think a lot of people are saying it's not enough. So for some people it's enough.
Right.
And you can just bridge everything right in. And for others, for whatever reason, the gas is a little bit higher and it's not enough. So it seemed like the estimation of one transaction of Vox was turned out to be a little bit low for some. But it was very intentional. Definitely want to give credit. It's pretty awesome what the guys at Synapse were able to do with that. But yeah, if it's insufficient, reach out to the mods. We'll help you. There's also people in the community that are like, "Oh, I'll help you." So
absolutely,
everybody's doing pretty awesome.
I can't even imagine how much has been given out through our community over the last 7 months of just, I need a little gas. Okay. I knew Synapse would drop you a little Joule when you went to DFKChain. I did not realize that it also dropped you a little Vox though, so that's really cool. I actually didn't know that. So that's exciting. But yeah, no, definitely, you know, if for whatever reason your gas cost is a little bit higher, maybe there's a little network congestion, whatever, you need a little extra, please reach out. We'll make sure that you're taken care of. It's an easy fix if you just talk to us, so we'll take care of it. The real faucet is DFK community. That is incredible. We have been a Harmony faucet for 7 months. That is incredibly accurate. But you know what? Like, I absolutely love to see it. It's so cool that you know, we have people come in to Discord and say, "Hey, I messed up and I traded all of my one for Joule, and I slipped up and now I don't have enough one for gas to get some back." 12 people offer in 30 seconds to send them some one.
And besides helping,
the real faucet was the gas we made along the way.
Besides helping that one person that needs it too, you don't understand how much more comfortable you make the other people that just freshly joined our Discord or have been here for a couple days, and then they see that and they just feel more at home, more comfortable. And that's where we see those comments all the time about like how well people feel like welcomed into our community, and we want to do everything in our power to keep nurturing that and make that continue as we introduce a lot of people into our community.
Just a few. So we're all in this together, except the ones who passed during Perilous Journey.
Also
they're
wearing
gone forever.
A camouflage shirt. I just haven't broken it out yet.
Yeah, that's right.
I promise you'll get a picture of us with Crystalvale as
there you go.
Our bodies.
There you go. But yeah, no, very, very excited about where we're at. You know, like Dreamer said, anybody who does a perfect launch is probably probably didn't actually go perfectly. So we try to be as open and honest and transparent with y'all as we possibly can throughout the entire process. I think y'all have seen that in the past, and you'll always continue to see that. But just know that even when maybe something isn't going perfectly, we're going to take care of it, we're going to fix it, and we're going to make sure that y'all are taken care of during that process and aren't just left out in the cold.
I think we have a pretty good track record of that.
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
Can you use Joule to buy merch? We're working on it. Yes.
I saw conversations today about
yes,
like we all want that.
we're working on figuring out how to make sure that happens. It's not as straightforward as we had originally hoped it might be, but it's also not undoable. So it's just kind of putting the right systems in place to get from A to B, but in a circle.
Yeah. We're trying to preemptively see what problems could arise and solve them before we launch something.
And can we use merch to buy Joule? I'll pay you for.
I'm sure somebody will do that.
Right? Can you pay Joule can you use Joule to pay your taxes? I wouldn't recommend it. You'd have to tell them how much you have. Just kidding. Not financial advice. Please don't report your taxes.
Yeah,
folks.
or pay taxes. Taxes are good.
No, but they keep you out of prison. So do it anyway. Will merch be worldwide available? That is the plan. Yes. Again. There's a lot of moving parts here. If y'all weren't here yesterday, I could not begin to tell you what time, so you have to watch the entire 7.5-hour stream to find it. But Motherbrain, who is working on our retail merch store, was here and talked to us a little bit about it. Talked about the buying merch with Joule thing. So there's a lot going on there, and it's very, very important to us. It's really important to me, personally. I am a huge merch person, just in general. I like to, I have Mountain Dew shirts. I like to rep the brands that I like. So it's very big to me, and we're definitely working on that. Merch winners from yesterday, no would be the short answer. It's on my list of things to do. I also have a profile picture contest to judge. We also have a Perilous Journey art contest ending today that we'll need to judge. I also have to make a Google sheet to collect the information for the winners from the raffles we did in Denver. I also need to go through that sheet to find the merch winners. So I got a little bit of a to-do list, but it is on it, and we will get it taken care of, and we'll get that out to you. I'm the whole point of it is to get merch in your hands, so I'm not going to make it take forever to get merch in your hands. That wouldn't be any fun. Sorry, I got a text and I thought it was important, but then I found out that actually it is, but it can wait.
17 minutes. For all those that have bridged successfully and figured out where all their tokens are and everything, with the intent to participate in the Joule X Joule incentivized pool in the Ice Gardens in Crystalvale, please make sure that you actually stake it into the gardens. Making the seeds, buying the seeds is not enough. So if you've added the LP token to your MetaMask and you see it sitting there, you have not deposited it. So just kind of a reminder, you can go check. There's only one pool that pops up when you go to the gardens seed box. I personally let that sit for 3 hours after I made it, so I was running around trying to help everybody, and then I went and looked, I'm like, oh man, that would have been embarrassing. So yeah, please, if you have intent to participate in that, and if you've bought seeds in major pairs, please make sure they're deposited, because we are getting close.
Yes, that's such a good point, though. Please make sure that you are staked. So you need to, once you do your bridging, you need to go to the marketplace, talk to the druid, buy the seeds with your Joule and X Joule, and then you need to go to the Ice Gardens and go in the seed box and deposit those seeds into the pool. If you do not do that, you are not staked for the rewards. You're staked for fee sharing, but you're not staked for the incentivized pool and the emissions. So please make sure that you are indeed staked fully now. Like, literally right now, go look.
You know what? It doesn't matter how confident you are. Why don't we just take a second? Everybody go double check.
Yeah,
themselves.
no, for real. I did it before this stream. I went and double checked.
I literally have it up on my screen because we're
Like-
talking about it, and I double checked again, and I checked it with you
I peed
earlier.
in the pool.
Yeah, you guys are making me second guess my
You should
my actions now. I'm just
go
gonna
check now.
Listen,
I'm gonna.
there's no way to retroact it if you
Yeah.
don't stake it. Like,
So unless you want to have a conversation with us in Discord where we were like, sorry about it,
and feel really bad, please don't. Like, go double check. It cannot hurt to just look at it and admire it in all of its glory. And while you're there, you can just, enjoy Crystalvale and how absolutely gorgeous it is. So, you know what? If anything, it's just a great excuse to go look at Crystalvale map, which is awesome. Do I know how?
Okay, so
often
just
the
to clarify for everyone,
I don't.
go on.
good.
What? Oh, you're
I
good.
mean,
Okay.
this is the only time you saying that you're leaving.
They're asking if
is
we
a
can
good thing.
actually show it. Actually show what?
So
Like what it looks like? Hang on, we'll wait for Albus's comments. Cohen, I don't know how often the castle leaderboard updates actually, but I'll try to find out.
I'm sure
Kant.
Can't come on and tell us.
I don't know if you're actually even listening, but Kant.
He definitely is.
If you want to show them.
How to check if you're staked already. Alright. We're gonna do it then. Hit the screen share. Let's go. But yeah, it does look exactly the same as Sarandale, like flow wise.
Oh,
Hey Connor.
Est-ce que vous voulez?
Oh, Con's here. So Con, how often do the leaderboards update? Connor, I'm Bolon. Hi, nice to meet you. Also, come up on stage in Discord.
I think he has to be.
Yeah, it'll pop up.
Okay.
Are we screen sharing?
Yeah.
All right, so we are now screen sharing. This is really weird because I'm like watching, not controlling. So go to the gardens. There's really two ways to check, to be honest. But go to the gardens first, and then click on the seed box. Sorry, it doesn't show the whole screen because of OBS limitations. That's okay. Oh wait, never mind. We fixed it. Well, whatever. Fixed it. Seed box. And so here you can see what is deposited into that pool. This is the best way to check it. Like, this is the number one way. It is absolutely
go
there.
further.
What's that?
Hit deposit. Just go a step further.
Oh,
and hit
yeah, good point.
deposit,
Scroll down, or hit
and
manage,
then
and then hit deposit. And so this is the other way, is you can see if you have anything available to deposit. If you somehow have leftover seeds, like whatever the case may be, you can double check that. Which actually, you know what? I'm going to double check that myself right now. Also, Raspberry, thank you.
Wait like 5 to 10 seconds and hit max and just kind of chill. Because sometimes it pops up late and everything, and you realize you had it in. There are tools that when they run, it'll just be like unstake LP, like Kingdom Watch does that. I just don't know if that's supported like right out the gate. So
Yeah.
there's only one pool to check. Pull that up, wait for it to load for a sec, hit max a few times, and balance zero. Good, your LPs are in there.
Yeah.
And you can also just add that contract and look in MetaMask too. That's probably the next thing you're going to mention.
No, that's a really good point to just wait. But real quick, because I saw some comments on the shirt, it's even better like this. Oh wait, now the black is showing up, but that's okay. Oof. Connor, I feel like you need to come up on stage here with us.
Kant is also here.
Yeah, I know. So, how often do the leaderboards update in the castle?
I'm literally in a chat with someone trying to fix their bridging issue and listening.
Oh.
How often do they update? Is the question, how often do they change in terms of which ones we're rewarding, or is the question how often does the actual
Why don't
data
you
update?
Answer both.
Yeah, I think the results are the question, but why not?
So the results in theory are updating in real time, although I think you might have caching issues. So, if you're concerned, you could always refresh, but they're feeding into the API. So, I mean, you're talking about at worst a few seconds, unless we're having API issues between the time that the event's emitted on the chain, the API reads it, feeds it into leaderboards, feeds it back to the front end. So basically real time. But
Real-time within
if you're
reason.
going to leaderboards, if you're going to the leaderboards and it's like never changing, you might want to hit a hard refresh. I'm sure we'll get a better idea, as they're live longer, how often that happens, and if there are things we can do on the front end, we will. I should mention in that context, there's about 15 minutes. So we use UTC. For the day cutoffs, we had to pick something, so we just used standard UTC time. And there's about a 15-minute delay after that, just to make sure if there are like RPC issues or anything, we can try to clean up and get all the transactions in to make it as fair as possible. Like, we don't want there to be an RPC delay and it's like midnight plus 10 seconds and you just got like your last bloaters in and then they didn't show up. So we built in a 15-minute window. It's based on the time that the transactions go in. It's just there to allow the RPC to show up. The other half of the question, so every day there's a new featured daily board. Every week, which start on Sundays, so Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. UTC is the end of the weekly, and then Sunday morning there's a new one. And then monthly or by calendar month, so slightly different lengths depending on the month, obviously.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, because you're being very factual right now, which is awesome. Kant is like a smart
We
human
can't hear
that
you,
knows all the
Dreamer.
facts. Hello, you can't hear me?
It sounds like you're like speaking into a pillow.
Hello, pillow check.
Still super muffled.
He dropped out.
Yeah, he's probably just
Dream-
gonna hop back up.
Dream will be back.
While we wait a second for Dreamer to come back, one thing we talked about yesterday with Kant, because we talked about these leaderboards a decent amount, is like not only are the contests going to kind of change like throughout this tree, but the contests are based on different things. So some of them are wallet based, some of them are hero based, some of them are actually regulated by stamina. So there's going to be a wide variety of how they get looked at and judged, so that like everybody can have a chance at them. Let's see if Dreamer's back.
Hello, am I muffly?
Oh no, much better.
Yay. I don't know what happened. I just punched my computer and jumped off and it worked. So leaderboards, I mean, literally Kant even is incredibly smart and, giving us all the details and really exciting. I just wanted to make sure, like, people realize how this really changes the game. We are working on PvP and we're working on ways to directly compete in the form of combat. But a while back, we kind of had this idea with, hey, can we have achievements? Hey, can we have different ways for people to interact with like questing and competitions? Maybe we can do that with land and with leaderboards. While we're ramping up to launch Crystalvale, we got really excited about figuring out how to maximize incremental utility based on like current gameplay. And I know it's a gamified financial platform and like a dynamic NFT marketplace. And we all say play. It isn't like a traditional full blown, like I'm playing like a video game playing. It's a gamified, crypto financial platform. But how do we take gamified even further? And leaderboards really gives us that. And I know we've talked about it a ton. I'm excited not only for the prizes, but we've been doing a lot of very linear airdrops and rewarding people for being staked in the bank, or sorry, the jeweler, rewarding people in many different ways and being creative every time. Now leaderboards is going to take a portion of that and reward those that are outright playing. And literally, Con, even and the supporting team, everybody that's been involved in this, we've gotten so creative to say, how do we think of everybody? How to reward everybody? And in many ways as possible, whether you're a wallet with a ton of assets, a ton of heroes, the best heroes, if you're new to the game and you got one, and all the in between. And leaderboards really unlocks a ton for us in that direction. So I'm excited to see it grow over time. I'm excited that we have so many different options. And, every time they update, it'll be exciting to see what is the metric of the day or week or month, and what's the reward, or is it a mystery reward? Let's all get out there and compete, and hopefully it'll feel fun for everybody, not only in the reward aspect, but in the kind of glory competition aspect.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I love about our game is we're constantly, every time we make changes or look at expanding things, we're trying to think about all the different types of players that enjoy our game. From the perspective of small wallets, large wallets, medium, to what they're most excited about, what portion are they, the type of people that are going to grind and try and want to get achievements, are they mostly focused on the PvP aspects? It's just very exciting to see that we're not trying to leave anybody out.
Yes. Oh, I get yelled at if I don't move over.
Yeah.
We also now have Connor here with us. So
Hey, fellas.
Connor is the lead front-end developer of Avalanche's Subnet Explorer. Did I get that right?
I am the lead front-end developer. It's been an incredible effort across the API team, our data platform team, and myself and a couple other engineers. But I don't want to take credit as the full lead because there's several aspects of the Explorer that have had different leads working on them. But for the front end, yes, that was mostly me on the lead for that.
You should take full credit, and you should give it to the really cute dog that's on your profile picture.
Agreed.
Oh, you like Poppy? She's not in here with me, but I'd bring her. I'll go get her in a minute, maybe. But yeah, it's been a fun ride. You guys have done an incredible job with DFK, and we're all so excited to be working with you guys.
Oh, we're excited too.
And also excited that have built a fun Explorer for you guys to be able to show off your new subnet with.
We're very excited. Nonlinear is in the chat right now, which, I mean, he should just join the stage. But Nonlinear is in the chat right now saying, the Explorer is gorgeous, great work, Connor, in all caps. No, like everything that I
appreciate it.
Penguins are data nerd. Like, we're all nerds. Nerd's not a bad word. These are data nerds. You should come up and kind of geek out a little bit. That'd be cool. But it is a beautiful Explorer. It's awesome that it's here for launch. We are trying to pave the way for others that are going to be looking to build their own subnets if that's their choice. And I think this Explorer gives so much transparency to what's happened so far. Go take a look at it. I think Luigi posted it out or tweeted it out. I retweeted it. I'm sure it's around other places. You probably shared it too. It's really pretty. But Penguin, you have 1 minute because we're going to talk about the launch or the countdown here in a second. But how excited are you for our beautiful DFKChain Explorer?
Oh, I just wanted to say I love it. It's just I feel like everything I want to know about what's going on, I can access it in a very intuitive way. So I appreciate that. Now I will shut up so we can talk about the launch.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback, guys. Thank you so much, and feel free to message us if you see anything you want to add to it, and I'll let you get back to your launch because you launch very shortly.
Yeah, and you're welcome to hang out up here with us, or you hop back up afterwards if you want, whatever you want to do. But I appreciate you jumping up and introducing yourself, and I'm super excited. All of the feedback that I've gotten on the Explorer so far has been how nice it is. So I know everybody's very excited for that.
Well, appreciate it. Well, I mean, everyone's excited for DeFi Kingdoms, primarily. I'm glad that we could provide a window into what's going on DeFi Kingdoms. So, yeah, thank you all.
We appreciate it.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Non-linear, you're not allowed
So
Oh,
to leave.
All right.
Every
will
time I
stay.
hear the word, every time I hear the word Connor or the name Connor, I think of Connor for real from the movie. I won't mention right now, but those that know that. No, I was trying to switch away from that. Because I want to call every guy Connor for real. Anyway, we're a minute out. Chris. Oh, or did it just go live now? My little clock went to.
yeah, it's live now. So go to the gardens quickly.
Go.
That's
Go.
not the gardens.
Pan.
Fly.
Go to the seed box. Oh! Give a hard refresh. Hard refresh. Wait for it.
Refresh.
Wait for it.
I sent him
Uncheck
a
Airbnb
everything.
Wi-Fi is killing us all. No.
How's it going?
Everything.
Don't panic click and unstick everything.
Dreamer, that's not even okay to joke about.
That's why we're using Kangaroo's account. It'll be alright.
Just don't use your League of Legends mindset, because if you use your panic League of Legends mindset, we're all doomed. You're gonna just like turn off the whole thing.
Listen, spam
I'm
click
panic
until it
clicking right
works.
now.
Oh, whoa! Who's here?
Don't panic click.
We have friends.
It's me.
That is the swirl of raspberries.
Yes, it's the swirl of raspberries. Morning.
Raspberry, I love your profile picture.
Morning.
Spicy.
Thank you. A community
Yeah.
member made it.
We got
We're
Parkers.
in! It's happening, people! It's going.
We got Parkers and Atlas.
I can't read that screen. What's that APR at?
4,175.
So we are starting out at 4,175%
Oh my
APR
goodness.
right now.
Okay, so let's
The
I
whole
have
team is here.
Crystal.
The whole
Let's
team
go.
has arrived.
Let's bog down the system. Let's go, guys.
Crash Discord, take it down.
We'll take over.
Everybody's just gonna be
Okay,
refreshing
so-
their garden page anyway.
So let's take a second and understand APR, because I don't want people to be confused when it drops. But this is a function of two things, right? This is a function of how saturated, or sorry, three things. How saturated the pool is. So how many people have deposited Joule and XJoule. The emission per minute or second of Crystal, and then the price of Crystal. So the emission's not going to change for like a week, I think is the first epoch. So we're set there. People can redeem or deposit at will, so that may change. The price of Crystal is what's causing these, what we're seeing here, these large numbers. So if I'm trying to calculate the price of Crystal, I think before this went live, kind of what I'll just call like pre-go live trading markets, I think it was like 4 Joule per Crystal, based on how many people traded with like the limited supply. So I'm pretty sure it's sourcing that price. There might be a lot of trading activity now because we're being rewarded in Crystal, right? So the APRs are going to be taking that price of that reward relative to the price of the Joule and XJoule that you deposited in relative to the emissions, and then your chunk of the emissions. So if we see over time this number go from 4,000 to some other number up or down, most likely it's going to be impacted. If it's dropping, it's going to be impacted by a potential lowering of Crystal price, because at launch it might be greatly inflated for those that were trading prior, and it might mean revert closer to Joule, most likely. It's just my assumption, not financial advice, just guessing. And then if it were to go up significantly, we'd see APRs increase, all else equal. If we see a lot of people, I'll use the word aping in to the garden, and right now we have total deposited 59,430. So let's say that were to double, all else equal, price stays the same, emission stays the same, then APRs would be cut in half and be about 2,000. So for those watching that will see APR change throughout the day, hopefully that helps understand what could be causing it. Most likely it's adding or removing some LP tokens into the incentivized pool, and or the price of Crystal moving around with trading activity. So I'll stop talking now. I just wanted to make sure before we got really excited and like married to this APR, we understood all the inputs, because we don't control this. This is not a fixed APR in any way. The only thing that's quote unquote fixed is the schedule of emission and the lock and unlock rate. Everything else is up to true market behavior, supply and demand. What are people paying for Crystal that you're getting as a reward, and how much are people diluting the pool, which further increases or decreases your share of the emission.
Yep. No, that makes total sense. I do want to answer a couple questions from the chat real quick. No, the bridge is not closed. The bridge will always be open, but people are going to be bridging back and forth all the time. One guy said, I'm happy to be part of this launch. I was late to Sarandale and bought in at 69 cents. I don't know about being late for that one there.
69 for real?
But
all I can say is nice.
And then will the pool info be on Synapse or Snowtrace or Trader Joe? Dreamer, you might know the answer to that. I assume it'll just be on DFK. I don't know.
We're at the very start right now of our analytics.
Okay, Fox is here.
We're going to be reaching out to we're going to be reaching out to a lot of different places to see if we can get analytics and visibility into our tokens and our decks too. So you'll see a lot of that start to come in over the next few days and weeks as we start to build that out.
Very nice.
Can we shift from the questions for a moment and hand the floor to Fox here to just
Absolutely.
rein in this new era of second time launching, the nostalgia relative to the first, everybody that's on it. I want to hear the feelings coming out. Raspberry was there for an early for that as well. If others are going to jump on, I think it might be really cool just to hear from Fox and others and kind of celebrate this moment while we maybe get some more questions that we can answer after, if that's fair.
Yeah. I'm going to pick up a piece of my floor and I'll give it to Fox. Have it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something about your floor, but you're just handing it over.
That was an elegant way of saying I don't want to talk.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 24 hours. Actually, the entire week. It's been really just everybody pulling hard for this. And it's amazing to see us basically doing something that's never been done for the second time in under a year. And it feels like a lot of the same vibes. Last time we launched this new era of basically DeFi gaming. And we've seen a lot of other projects start to follow suit, and I think you'll see more in the future, but we were really the first to do that. And now we're launching our own chain. Again, basically pioneering the way with a lot of help from our really good partners. But a lot of this stuff, this is brand new stuff. Nobody's tried this before. It's really satisfying to see our chain humming along and having the bridge. I was looking at some charts, and we single-handedly basically resulted in the highest volume in terms of asset value that Synapse Bridge has ever seen. And then in terms of transactions, it was 5x what they'd ever seen. So just there was so much going through that. And really it's because this launch, as opposed to last launch, we've got the trust of an amazing community at our backs. I remember last time everyone was just is this going to be some, just weird project that's not going to go anywhere? And they weren't really sure. And then we launched and people were like, oh crap, this is legit. We need to get in, I think now everyone already knows we're very legit, and we're doing this. And so a lot of people are excited to hop on with us for that. So really humbling and really awe-inspiring. And yeah, as you said, Dreamer, there's Swirl, Spicy, Pieface, Sashay, I believe, even was here in the community. There's a bunch of OGs here. So turn the time over to you guys if you want to say anything.
I kind of want to hear what Sashay has to say. If you want to say anything, Sashay, since you were here and you were part of the community, like, what was your perspective on the launch originally?
Put him on the spot.
Sashay, we need to hear that beautiful accent.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think the launch went actually like super well. Like also from the feedback I've seen, everyone was really happy. The bridging was causing some problems, but I think we got it sorted out so far.
Sashay, there's a request.
I just
for
say
you
I love Sashay.
I just was in the middle of writing something and I heard my name like, Sashay, what's your perspective on this?
I'm sorry, Sashay. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. Yeah, we want to know what you felt with like.
Sashay, consider yourself swirled, man. You got swirled good.
Oh man,
Raspberry swirled you.
No, that's happened to me so many times, and I'm like, wait, what was the question? We want to know what you felt with the original launch at the Serendale launch.
Oh, the Serendale launch.
Yeah, what was
that was crazy. That was really crazy.
Yeah, what was happening over there in the community during that time?
Like, I mean, it was the DeFi summer with many pumps and dumps happening on Harmony. So at first, like the impression was, okay, this is just another pump and dump. So before the launch, the opinion was like, yeah. But as soon as the launch actually happened, you could like the whole atmosphere like switched over, and everyone was like, "Whoa, this is really really great." And yeah, I feel I'm really bad at putting it into words. Sorry.
It's all right. We still love you.
No, but I mean, it was great because like every project was just another like Viper swap copy with just slightly different images, and it was really really nice to see some refreshing air. Usually Harmony was like always the same actors. We had like a few devs who were putting one project after another, and it was like really really strange to see like many outsiders come in and do something completely different with the gamified interface and everything. Wow. Yeah, and I think that started a new whole wave of more highly effort projects in general on Harmony.
That's awesome. And also, Ogre is here, so we're going to invite Ogre onto stage because Ogre has also been here.
Talking about you?
Talking about you.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Ogre.
Hello.
Hi, Ogre.
Sorry about that. Had a call come in. Amazing launch. You guys are incredible. I love the way that you handled the adversity, tackled it, and moved on. I just want to say thank you and throw my thoughts on the initial launch back at Serendale. It was incredible times. As Teshay said, at the time, Harmony was saturated with a whole bunch of indie devs that were kind of trying to find a niche and trying to build something cool and build teams. And it was really a neat time of development. And then poof, in comes DeFi Kingdom with a full team, full package, excellent communication. And you guys just blew the spot up. So thank you guys for everything you've done thus far. And thank you for what you've done with Harmony for our community.
Oh, thanks, Ogre. We appreciate you a lot, too. You've been here for a very long time, and we're appreciative of your support.
Definitely. Ogre has been like the OG, he's a validator and he's like involved in a lot of different things on Harmony, and he's been one of our biggest, strongest supporters from the very start. So thank you so much, Ogre, for those words.
No worries. I'm just speaking truth. I'm going to jump off here in case I have to answer that call that came in, but y'all have a great one.
Hey, thanks, Ogre.
Hi, Ogre.
You're
so,
awesome.
if I could like spend a couple minutes and just kind of talk about what we did this morning,
As many as
all of us devs managed to get a couple hours of sleep at least last night, which was nice after being up for so long, basically having to fight the war of the bridges. But we're in a really good spot now. We had a plan last night. We calculated how many crystals would be needed to basically backdate the emissions, such that anyone who got in time would still be getting the full amount. Anyone who got in by today, when it actually launches, would still also be getting the full amount as if it was there from the very start yesterday. So basically everyone's going to get backdated. We calculated how many crystals that would be and went ahead and minted those, and we're storing those in a multi-sig right now, and we'll be writing a script to get those out over the next couple of days. We're going to basically be doing those in a little bit of a different way than we've ever done before, because normally those emissions would have been mostly locked up. So to respect that, we are planning to basically drop those at a 5% unlocked, and then have them actually slowly vest linearly over the next year. So rather than being locked up and then starting to vest after a year, it will actually vest starting now over the next year. So all of those airdropped backdated crystals from the emissions will actually unlock a little bit earlier. I guess actually a full year earlier than all of the other ones that would be claimed. So there's a little bit of a bonus there, just to sort of say thank you to all those who bridged and made it through that perilous bridging journey that we had. I'm told that the vast majority of all those made it through as of hours ago. And I tried to bridge a couple hours before, and then even a few minutes before, and it went right through. So the hope is that everyone was able to get in. And we do want to express a lot of gratitude for those that stuck that out. I think we all deserve medals or something. But really, this whole thing has been really just unprecedented, and it's amazing to see it finally up and running and working, and the emissions are going. And just a big kudos to our devs. They worked tirelessly for this, and our partners at Ava Labs and Synapse Bridge worked tirelessly. And our community and our mods and our knights, they have really killed it as well. So just thanks to everyone who's pulled together for this. It's really something that I'm going to look back on and say, wow, that could have gone so bad. And our community just pulled together and made it work, and we're in a much better place because of that. So thanks everyone for all of your hard work.
Thank you for all of yours, and Fawn and Beetle Dude. I mean, good lord, y'all might have got a few hours of sleep last night, but I bet y'all didn't the night before.
Yeah, you guys comment on how bad Bolon looks and how tired he looks. You gotta imagine what our devs look like. I don't think anybody was commenting on that. They do. They send me messages. They're concerned about your health. But the devs behind the screens that make this game a reality are just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Make our jobs a whole lot easier.
They built a subnet.
They did. All we had to do was talk about it.
Right? It's great. Who has something they want to say? Otherwise, I'm calling on people, and I will do it. Pie face.
I've been called on. Oh dear, yeah. This launch has been very interesting. I've been trying to figure out, is Crystalvale, so if we have Serendale is our baby, is Crystalvale a sibling, or is it a grandchild, or a child of Serendale? If that makes any sense, because it's did Serendale give birth to
Who gave birth to Crystal?
It's summoned, okay? It's summoned. The other one.
Yeah, I feel like that's a question for the lore guys.
I think Pieface is banned. Timeout.
Oh no.
Put her in timeout.
Yeah, so it's definitely been an incredible journey. We went from an 8-person team launching Serendale. I actually retweeted what it looked like when it launched, when it was just bank. It was the bank, marketplace, and gardens, and our little small pixel kingdom world, and then they put the image of Crystalvale right next to it, where it's this beautiful, incredibly gorgeous pixel art of Crystalvale, and just seeing them side by side is incredible. And what built Crystalvale is a 50-person team along with 35 plus mods and knights with us. So I'm so grateful for everybody's hard work.
It's incredible to think about. Also, I feel like we have to pass over here to Atlas and Cinnamon Bun, and I know there's some other artists who worked on it as well, and if they care about us, they'll jump on stage, but we'll see. But Atlas and Cinnamon Bun, y'all are here. I mean, I can't even imagine how many hours of work have gone into this map, these zones, and now it's live. So how's that feeling for y'all right now?
Well, I've just been sitting here staring at the Crystalvale map.
Us too.
Yeah, Cinnamon Bun just absolutely killed it. Like the mountains and all the little, everything just looks great, and I'm absolutely floored with it.
So I'm searching through my computer. Oh yeah, also sorry, I'm kind of sick, but I'm searching through my computer right now to find a picture of what Crystalvale looked like the first draft of it, because it's just so funny to see how things evolve over the months that we work on them and stuff. And yeah, if it hasn't been shared already, I also want to share one for Sarandale at some point, because it's just it's just so cool. But yeah, it's one of the coolest things about working in a game dev team is sort of the baton that gets passed. It's a lot of times, things start out, in the ideation phase, and then, there's a lot of, a lot of theory, a lot of math and stress that gets put into that. And that's a lot of the mechanics and the people working, to make sure everything makes sense on an investment level. And then the baton kind of gets passed to kind of asset creation and lore and sort of the creative thing to kind of make those things kind of real. And then the baton gets passed to front end and the developers and Solidity as well, to make everything go live. And I feel at that point, at that baton passing, that final kind of push is just so insane. So I know it's already been said, but I definitely just want to thank the developers so much for making everything go as smooth as it did. But seeing just and just seeing the art and stuff live, when Beetledude first sent it to me it was when we were in Barcelona, when he first sent it to me, and I saw everything hooked up with the outpost and all the zones and everything, and the cinematic that plays in the cradle zone. It was just it was so overwhelming. It was holy crap, months and months and months of work, finally live. So
I have to say that animation at first, because it was my first time seeing it yesterday. I didn't know it was going to be a thing, and I went in and I was oh, what's this? And it's a little cutscene. It's I was just super tired, and I was sitting there really just chill music, vibing, getting closer to the crystal. Oh, this is nice. And suddenly it's bang! You can't look at this. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did it scare you? I want to know how many people are scared.
That scared me.
What did you say, Sam?
I was just saying sorry.
Aww.
It was so good. We actually streamed it yesterday, but I wish the guys that made it were up here, because I'd rain praise on them, but that's okay. But it's so good. I freaking love that video, and I think the cutscene just really adds some immersion. But it's really cool to see all of these assets go live, all of the artwork come together, but all of the functionality as well. I do have to ask, because Dreamer pointed this out yesterday, and it's all I can see anymore. Cinnamon Bun, do you watch the show Vikings?
Okay, so I didn't see the last few seasons, but I watched like the first 4 seasons.
So Dreamer pointed out that you have made us our own version of Kattegat.
Yeah. That was one of my reference images, I think.
Good call,
when we
Dreamer.
first started.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where when you have inspiration and then you have good artists that bring it to life without anything else like that, we're supposed to see hints of things like little tributes. This is a little Viking-esque land, right? And it's not only from that show. That show is based on a lot of other real stories, right? So a tribute to that part of the world, that time, those people. It's just beautiful the way it's constructed, and all the zones are weaved into it. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad that people hopefully can focus even more on the art and the interaction and the UI and the music and the sounds now that all of our Bridgeageddon worries are past and everybody's happy and safe in Crystalvale.
Nice. Yeah, I just want to say I love like just taking things from all different influences and kind of like mashing them together. Like I'll never forget when because it's supposed to be Viking themed, and like so like yeah, you have the kind of like more Norse inspired areas like in the sort of southern region, but then like the more northern you get, the more kind of like magical it becomes, and so you have like the well, we're not calling it a thing, but we got like the like the dwarves that live in the mountain, and like obviously that's more like fantasy inspired rather than like historical, and it was just so fun. Like there was just so much like creativity and so much fun that went into it, into like all the kind of like ideation and like brainstorming. Like I remember I just messaged Atlas or something, and I was like what about dwarf bankers? We gotta have dwarf bankers. And like he whipped up some like dwarf NPCs, and yeah, now we got dwarves in Crystalvale.
No, that's awesome. Crystalvale is definitely my home now, without a doubt. I have to ask, because we're all up here anyway, and the community might revolt against me if I don't. Vox, do we have a timeline on starting airdrops?
Actually working on those right now while I'm listening.
You heard it.
So there's a lot of airdrops. There's the airdrops from snapshots back in January and February for things like average X Joules and hero summoning and like leveling up. And there's the recent ones from like Perilous Journey, and there are the ones from just today with the emissions that we're trying to figure out as well. So I'm going to be basically like working on those all day, and expect to see them start to hit probably sometime this evening. And there's a lot to do, so I'm trying to batch them so that they'll all hit around the same time, but it's still going to take a while for it to work through them because there's just so many. I'm trying to combine them as much as I can, and just I'll like have some more updates there as I go, but yeah, that's the plan right now for that.
I mean, we only airdropped what, like 2 million crystal?
Yeah, so
it's not that much.
With the like additional ones there's going to be even more, but
oh yeah, that's before the LPs.
Right, it's just really exciting to see how with this expansion, and I've said it a few times, we're not like basically selling this coin as an ICO. We're not seeing any direct proceeds of this to our dev team, like funds or anything like that. It's basically we are trying to give away as much of it as we can in the form of these airdrops, to make all of you in the community essentially the equal partners in the initial like liquidity of this endeavor. So we'll also be adding some new pools soon-ish for Crystal and Vox and some others as well. So those will start to provide emissions as well, and it'll also give you a place to put your crystals, so that you can like reinvest them in other places than just in the bank. Although honestly, like the bank, the jeweler is probably one of the best places to be in the first week, especially because the fees in the first week are going to be higher than any other time because of the emission rates. There's a lot of really good options for you to reinvest your crystals, and it'll be really cool to see what happens with that. So, yep, that's where we're at. Working hard on it. I'll have more updates in the channels, in the announcements, as those start to get a little bit closer.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you so much.
So we have a lot going on, obviously, but we also still have a little bit of time. And well, I say that we have a little bit of time. If some of y'all might not, but that's okay. But I did want to just give a minute. I mean, we've got a bunch of people up here. We've heard from several of them, but we've not heard from all of them. We're also waiting on Mr. Zipper to get up here so we can have the Penguin Gang represent.
Gang.
And I'm just going to keep calling him out until he shows up. He agreed to it. Don't worry. But Jack Sickles, I know we got to talk to you a little bit yesterday, but how's it going?
Going really well. I'm overwhelmed right now. taking it all in. I joined the team when Crystalvale was like in its infancy. I mean, it is still in its infancy, but it's been remarkable seeing it grow and working with the art team and Sam and everybody in general just to make this a reality. It's incredible. I'm at a loss for words for the most part. Sorry.
It really is. Trust me, I'm with you. Especially after yesterday, I'm literally at a loss for words. What about you, Sunbear? I don't think we got to catch up with you yesterday at all either.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling just really grateful to be a part of this team. I've been a part of a lot of different teams, and just coming back from the Barcelona trip with so many of you, and then seeing how the team has worked through everything from yesterday, and also just the conversations that we have about tokenomics and community and responsiveness. Just the way it all comes together. I'm just so impressed with this team and just giddy to see this launch and to see how just how beautiful this thing is. It's been months in the making, and yeah, just so glad that we can bring it to our community and have it be what it is in this moment. So thanks for being patient, everyone. We got it there, and just can't wait to see what's coming. There's so many amazing things coming.
There really
So
are.
just feeling really grateful.
It is absolutely incredible without a doubt. Dragon T, I don't think we've heard from you today either. Well, we have because you've been supporting the stream the whole time, but we haven't.
Thank you for breakfast, by the way.
Also, yeah, we haven't made you talk on the stream, so I feel like we still need to do that. And Dragon T has been just supporting this stream all day yesterday, today, non-stop, and it wouldn't Kangaroo's here in person. She's on the back end. It's been amazing. It's the only reason it's run this smoothly.
Yes, thank you, Kangaroo. Thank you, DT. Obviously, you guys could see the difference between when me and Full On are in charge of running it and when these guys are.
All right, DT, say things.
You guys do great. What?
I said say things.
I mean, you guys have a lot of potential. You guys just needed to be streamlined You needed a conduit, you know. Content is there. You guys you guys are funny as heck. So you guys make my job pretty easy. I'll say that.
I don't believe you, but thank you. Kupo, who says it was anything other than Taco Bell breakfast? They serve breakfast.
They do.
It's actually really good, too. I really like their breakfast.
It's better than their normal food.
But no, Dragon Tea was trying to like make us like eat actual food and like drink juice and like it
Dragon
was real
Tea,
weird.
he had some of the orange juice.
No, I didn't. I had some of the apple
You
juice.
did?
Apple juice. Apple juice.
I got you guys apple juice and orange
Yes,
juice, literally, so Bolon wouldn't argue with me.
Thanks, Mom.
Sometimes it's easier to just.
Taco.
All right, so, all right. Well, I was gonna go to celebrate Penguin Gang, but Mr. Fawn just joined,
And he's more important.
I never know how long we have Mr. Fawn right now.
Minutes.
Right. So we have to go to Fawn first.
You are a lucky man. I was about to drop.
Oh.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Doing good. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Sighs of relief.
Here because of you.
Here because of the team. This has been a crazy day. But have you guys seen this graphic of our network that I think Luigi posted?
No, post it. Can you post it in the AMA list?
Yeah, I'll put it in the AMA list. This thing is crazy. This wasn't even. This is like not even up to date with the current transactions, but I put it in the voice list.
Oh my god.
That is like what I'm looking at right now. This is our network transaction volume versus the Avalanche entire C-chain network volume. Like, if you realize how freaking crazy that is for us to be one game, this is just nuts.
That is incredible.
Don't
That's
worry, our
crazy.
transactions will only go up when we launch everything.
Well, right, we don't even have heroes yet. It's just LP.
We don't have heroes or quests yet. It's gonna be great.
That's awesome.
But and I love how you can see when I pushed with. I shouldn't even say I should say Avalabs and Synapse pushed that fix. And it was like night and day difference to the top. It was just very impressive.
How is the chain doing?
Really good. I mean, I think I'll leave it to Fox's announcement and Dreamer's announcement to just explain what happened. But I am super impressed with specifically Synapse and Avalabs all day and their commitment to like solving what happened. I kind of put it up to is really a no-fault situation in the sense that us being first, we just faced a problem that just we didn't foresee, and that's where the fault was. We didn't foresee what was going to happen, but the fact that they turned it around in like 8 hours was just incredible. Actually, I know that's a really long, scary time for a lot of people, and we're still fixing some stragglers, but they turned around so fast, and the chain's doing great now. I mean, our TPS, this Explorer that Avalabs put together too is, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It
we
is
actually
so
had
good.
Connor up here earlier.
Yeah, I mean, if you realize that they put this thing together and it looks this good, functions this well, and matches our contracts to the point that you can like search for the names of the contracts in most cases, they put it up in like a month. Like their team is very, very good. I got to give praise to everyone. I just saw some chat. People were asking for the Explorer I'm talking about. I just popped it in the in the channel. We'll get this updated into our chain listing as well, and our front end should be switching to this one soon. But yeah, a lot of kudos that needs to go out to those teams. We just make the game, but they really are helping us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no, the collaboration was incredible. Ah, dang it.
Also, just to reiterate some of those points he was making, though, but we're the first people to launch a mainnet subnet like this, and we've been really closely working with Synapse and Labs and all that to make sure that we were ready, and basically having it launch and having us figure out, okay, like here's the things that have to be tuned, here's the things that have to be tweaked. It really was a like learning experience for us and Apple Labs and like Synapse about how these things work, and really just paving the way for some of the future like subnets out there are all over there taking notes. So we really did it. Massive kudos to like Mr. Fawn and all the others. I don't think we could have done it any differently. It's just one of those things we have to pass through and tweak and tune as we go, and I think all in all it went off really well. So good job, you guys.
Yeah, one thing I'll add is, after finding the tweak that needed to happen in the EVM, it wasn't even in the EVM, it was a little bit higher than that. But once we found the tweak, we fixed it. Ava Labs and Synapse and us were all talking about future subnets. We're talking about other projects that are currently planning on projecting, and they're gonna put out a doc and a guidance with a PR to the subnet EVM of how this can be resolved and smoother in the future. And I'm proud to be part of that wave. Like I know it's been a difficult day for those that had their funds locked for a long time. We really are trying to do our best to compensate for that with delaying the emissions and get it fixed as fast as possible. I hope the community sees that. But at the same time, I'm really proud to have been part of that innovation experience where all the consequent networks will take everything we built yesterday and fixed in Ava Labs specifically and be able to benefit from it. So the future of blockchain is still bright. The future of crypto gaming is still bright. The future of subnets is very bright. I'm really excited about it.
No, absolutely. And I said this last night to a few of y'all, but I'm going to say it again here. Whoever went first was going to run into some problems. That's how it works. But I'm really grateful that we not only have the team to handle those problems, but we have the community to just stay supportive, stay strong, have the faith in us to where we make it through those problems and just keep moving on. There's projects out there like a bridging delay would just be the end of their project. And so, I'm incredibly grateful as always to our community that we hung out on YouTube, and we overall stayed positive, stayed looking forward. Our team was working absurdly difficultly. No, whatever. They were working incredibly hard, dang it. And so, a massive shout out to our community for their Patrice car, yes, of just bearing with us while it got worked out and resolved and not, panicking is what it really boils down to. So a big shout out to y'all as always for that. I do.
We had 12,000 viewers.
Yeah, I know. Our live stream yesterday had 12,000 viewers. When I looked last night, like the most concurrent streams was right at 2,000. I mean, y'all realize that like we're not that.
Yeah,
like,
we're not special.
We're not special, important, particularly intelligent. Like bad choices.
I will say,
but
we are entertaining.
We are entertaining, yes. But no, it really was.
I need you to read that last line because we're coming towards the end of this.
All right, incredible devs, incredible community, incredible mods, just incredible. You're welcome. Anyway, but no, like the fact that we can, have those issues, he and I can sit here in front of this camera and know that it's being resolved on the back end and stay with y'all and talk to y'all and y'all just hang out with us and wait.
Yeah.
Like it's great. It's amazing for sure.
And that communication too, like we get a lot of support from the leadership and Fox and Dreamer and all the different departments, because ultimately they share the same vision of trying to keep everything transparent, communication directly to you guys.
All right, we got to get off the very love train here and go to the Penguin Gang though.
Oh yeah,
because I finally got Mr. Zipper to get on stage with us. So we've got to talk to Mr. Zipper. And honestly, like, I just kind of want to sit here and listen to Mr. Zipper and Penguin talk. Like, Mr. Zipper and Nonlinear. I feel like that would just be a really entertaining conversation just to exist in.
Do you really, though?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree.
I'm not sure that that's going to be a very interesting conversation for everybody else to listen to necessarily.
Yay, numbers!
I disagree. Like, I was in a group DM with y'all one time, and I didn't understand a lot of it, but it was cool.
Tell me about your favorite probability distribution, Mr. Zipper.
Yeah, that's not going to happen right
now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can it?
Wait, the question is, do you have one? You don't have to talk about it.
No, I don't. No, I don't. That's the funny thing.
Why would someone? Yeah.
I've gotten pegged as this amazing, this amazing data guru because I do all these stats and put stuff out to the community. But like, I'm a historian by training. I don't think a lot of people know that. Like, this is not my field, but it's something that I've had a lot of fun playing around with, learning some new skills and being able to, take those and contribute them back to the community. But, for me, it's been a huge learning process of learning all kinds of stuff that I didn't know anything about, like the blockchain to begin with, a bunch of programming stuff and just, being able to learn stuff and then take that and just turn it right around and contribute it back to the community has been so much fun.
I just heard that you're smart.
I mean, you have to be to come from like a completely different background, learn, like orient yourself for one thing in a completely different field, figure out what problems people are having, learn the tools to like help address those problems, and then actually come up with solutions. I think that speaks a lot to just what kind of person Mr. Zipper is. So yeah, he's definitely a smart cookie.
Thank you. No, I mean, and that's one of the things that I have fun with is like learning new stuff, figuring out how stuff works, and just digging into it and playing around with it until I can figure it out.
Well, just think, I mean, we haven't even talked about the bots that he's built for us yet on Discord, like Hero Bot.
Very true.
The Perilous Journey bot, like.
Non-stop.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all been invaluable.
Yeah.
Giving everyone giving everyone on Discord like a nice interface for, I kind of want to learn more about like this information that's supposed to be out there and available on the blockchain, which is this just giant permanent database. Like it's theoretically supposed to be open source data, like data that's open to everyone, but most people don't have the expertise on like how do I actually like look at it. So when someone comes along and they say, hey, here's a nice Discord bot that takes something that or like how to interact with Discord, and it gives you all of that information at your fingertips, like that becomes just an immensely valuable community tool.
Yeah, and there's so many things that I still want to be able to do with the bot as well now, that we're moving to all of these, new things in game and really exciting new developments, obviously getting it to, connect to Crystalvale and all of the new stuff we've got going there. So there's still more to come and, hoping to be able to continue the development of that and keep giving back.
So basically, if you want fancy numbers, go to Zipper.
Yeah. That's all I got from that.
Sure. Sure.
No, but I mean,
you know where to find me.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that I'll give you a lot of shout outs for, but like, especially with the recency of it. I mean, the Perilous Journey stats were so incredibly useful, and to have the Survivor stuff out as fast as you did, like, it was just, it was awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that was honestly a miracle that it worked out as quickly as it did. I wasn't sure if that was going to be able to happen, both with the result, the initial sending, and then with the results as well. And the second part of that, I've got to give a huge shout out to our API folks for getting that stuff in the API as quickly as they did, so that I could just turn around and toss it in the bot really quickly instead of having to, learn how to parse all of the blockchain data for it and eventually, wade through all of that stuff for it. So that, they did an incredible job on that as well. And, the only reason the bot works is because of, of Pinecone and Goma.
They're really, I don't think we could give them enough just credit for the work that they do in making just all of that information available.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm always down for more shout outs for Pinecone and Goma both.
Yeah.
No, really, it's an awesome team effort. Sam's a penguin now. Hey, Sam.
Penguin gang.
All right, more people in the Penguin gang.
Everyone in the Penguin gang is welcome. Like, you can always join. I'm not strict about it. I don't know.
I feel like
are we a
need
strict
to bring
gang,
together.
Mr. Zipper?
No, definitely not.
Can we bring together the Penguin gang and the Goose gang and just make like the bird gang or something? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Burbs.
I'm
happy to collaborate with anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I
y'all
find
are
the Kirby
flightless,
gang
but
just
we can make
charming
it happen.
in general.
Wait, did you say charming or alarming?
No, I think they're charming. Like all the am I
Why
not
not?
supposed to? Is that a no?
Nah.
Alarmingly charming.
You can say
It's all
Kirby.
good except for the feet.
But no, Zipper, you're awesome. Penguin, you're also awesome. Really, just everybody.
You're all awesome.
It really is just such a great and collaborative, team, community, everybody. So, Bolon geese and penguins are fire and ice one together. Even better. Sounds like fun. So, we're going to start wrapping up. Emissions have been live for 50 minutes, which is pretty exciting. If I can get my refresh to go through, we'll see what our current APR is
Right
sitting at.
here.
Is that up to date, though?
Yes, I literally just refreshed it.
Well, how would I know that? I wasn't
Because
watching you.
I'm-
So we are currently sitting at
exist
4,283% APR in the Joule X Joule post or pool. We're currently sitting at 4,283% approximately in the Joule X Joule pool. 51 minutes into emissions. I know we are all just incredibly excited, incredibly grateful, incredibly relieved. Yes, I'm just leaning into it now. And I think it would be fair to say pretty tired for a lot of people right now. So does anybody have anything they want to add before we wrap up?
We love you guys.
Okay, fine.
I'll just I'll give a shout out to Luigi. He might be listening right now. I think I tried to get him to come on, and I don't think he had time. But maybe we'll do like a Twitter space or something. But back in I think it was sometime November. I was newer on the team, and we did an AMA with somebody from another chain, and our friend Luigi was listening, and he was interested, and he pinged us immediately, and we connected with them, and it was professional love at first Google meet, man. It was a good connection, good partnership. We both didn't really play strategy, like trying to not show all our cards and like do this or that. We kind of lowered the barriers, shared each other's dreams, what we want to build, and it's been a weekly touch point that got more and more close with all of our teams. It's been really incredible. So just shout out to him, shout out to everybody at Ava Labs, obviously shout out to Synapse and Aurelius and everybody there. Shout out to Ramp, who's been instrumental in helping a lot of people get on and will continue to help throughout the week. Reminder, Avox is 0 fee through the next, additional 6 days up to 1 million of volume. So please, or not please, but if you'd like to, go ahead and take advantage of those 0 fees. And then a big shout out to the team. We spent a lot of time bringing people on. We did a lot of giveaways, tried to make this a big celebration. When I brought up, hey guys, I think, and when I say I mean like me, Fox, and many others, contributors and team members, people from Avalanche, but when we started to say everybody wanted to expand at one time, and around the end of November, we wanted to start planning for it and announce it. I saw a lot of white in people's eyes, just like, is this too soon? Is this the right decision? Multi-chain gaming, how are we going to do it? How are we going to keep, making sure questing is coming out and progressing pets and land and everything? I just want to say I'm so incredibly thankful, and I use the incredible word that Bolon has repeated 8,000 times. Proud, happy, and amazed at what we have today, what we see. This was not a comfortable build. Everybody stretched, everybody stepped up, everybody added value. Team continues to grow, community continues to grow. Partners from the outside looking in continue to want to be a part of it, and hopefully we will keep up that trend and that momentum and attract the growth mindsets and the talent and the passion and creativity and make big things. Hello. I have bad connection. Hello. Am I back?
Yeah.
You're good.
Nice. But I don't know where I cut out, but we're excited that for everybody that's contributed to this moment. I think if you compare it to the initial launch, as many people did earlier, there was a lot that went into that with a much smaller group, where it was a monumental, event. And then every event after that, it was just so incredible to many involved. We have that same thing in store for this group. So this is in no way an end. This is another beginning to a series of beginnings that will continue to power through. And just everybody's been praising everybody else. Bolon and Risen have been doing their best to give everybody praise, but I just want to praise them. Being on a stream for 7 hours, you guys keep joking, we're not intelligent, we're just here talking. You guys are great, man. People love you not because you're just there. You are intelligent, you are very well spoken, and you are looking out for the entire community who's putting their faith and trust into us. So big shout out to you guys. Bolon did the extreme drinking challenge. That's awesome. And with everything going on, I think with all I guess I'll use the word chaos, Bolon and Risen really helped keep us all together in terms of the community. We maximize communication and everything, but a big part of that stream was to celebrate, and that also turned into like a stabilizing mechanism for everybody to stay synced all around the world. So thank you very much for stepping up and doing this for us. It's been entertaining, it's been helpful, it's been value adding. So shout out to you.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, Dreamer. Real quick side note, we did forget to ever figure out a contest for the signed hat. We will figure one out, and we will do something for it very soon. So don't worry, that's still going to happen. We're on it. We'll get it done. But for right now, we are going to wrap up and sign off. So I will say one more time how incredible everyone and everything is, because it's incredible, and incredible is an incredible word. But meme contest winners, some of them have been picked, but a few more are coming. So I'll be announcing those in Discord. Maybe today, but soon. They're coming today, maybe tomorrow, one or the other. But we'll get it done there as well. And we really just appreciate the whole team, everybody in the community, everybody who came and listened to us. And you got anything?
This is just so much fun.
It was.
I really love this job. I love the fact that I could do this with you. Thank you, Kangaroo, for
take it or leave it.
for stepping up and doing an untold amount of work and getting complained about.
Don't do that.
Thank you, GT, who's not here. We cannot say
I'm here.
It's only
not here in person.
The only reason this worked at all, and me and Bolon were not punching each other, was because of those two people.
Accurate.
But we really got to go because we only have 2 more minutes in this Airbnb, and we got to clean up.
Yeah.
So
we got to break down a whole.
we got to go.
Setup.
Let's go.
So bullish.
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 All right, we gotta leave.
Bullish.